I didn't unmute, did I? Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. It's not fucking updating. Hold on.
You're on a path
No.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement
Which number is the
cabin
fucking game display? There we go.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Interesting. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
You could have stopped at birds.
You have to put an end to her.
No, you had me sold at birds. Now, if I go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her, but I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, I think he does. If any Mario game has taught me anything, is that we save the princess.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Possibly.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
But like, what?
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I think we can really take the S out of this title.
Focus on the task at hand.
Oh, okay.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
Oh yeah, we
She
can
makes
ignore
a
the
compelling
knife.
point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
What an awkward start indeed. It's exactly what I
know.
said.
I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Okay, there's this voice in my head. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Okay.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Okay, but I just met her. I feel like most people are like, when you just meet someone and your first impression of them is they are holding a knife, you're not gonna exactly trust them. Yeah, I'll just let you out here.
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think I can answer that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Uh-huh.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
That's not creepy.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
No, I haven't. Let's get out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
It's like the
You walk
devil
up
and
to the
angel on my
chains
shoulder.
binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Oh, dope.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
this
dude.
isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
No. Save the warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess
Probably
swiftly
should.
moves out of the way before you can connect.
Okay. Good.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Are you? Slay, 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 slay. Resist. Slay, slay, slay. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'll make this quick.
Are you just gonna kill me?
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Are you just gonna...
And then she slits your throat
Oh.
with almost clinical ease. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Chapter 2. The Prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, this is interesting.
You're here to slay
Slay
her.
her. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
I have video proof to say it's not.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Voice
I
of the
wouldn't trust a word out of
skeptic.
his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree.
Oh, no,
If he doesn't
it's
remember
still
what
here.
happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you too, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
If people locked her away, why wouldn't they slay her?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
I'm the special. I'm
You're the
Emmett.
only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
If I learned anything from the Lego movie, the prophecy's fake.
Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Okay, don't
course you're
feed into it,
special.
hero.
Why else would you be here?
Because I bought the game.
A warning before you go any further.
Oh.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
What?
Did you just say wink out loud?
For once, I agree with the narrator.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Come on.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
Right.
There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Where's the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I need to take the blade so I
Take the
can
blade
free the
from the
princess.
table. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Kinky.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
Interesting.
It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
No.
I won't.
I-
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Have we just been
give it a
staring at the
rest,
princess
isn't
this whole time?
helping.
Like, is this happening in real time?
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
we have just been staring at the princess the entire time. The other chain on the wall, who is it
I
for?
don't know, but you could always try it on.
Kinky.
Maybe it'll fit.
Kinky.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the
I
shackle.
wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will.
Inspect it.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck.
Yeah, I didn't really want to, but the voice of the skeptic really got to me.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we?
Is it mine? Become
That's
your own
funny.
jailer?
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there
Has to be.
isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
What an explanation! That's the explanation like your third grader gives for why his story does stuff. Why his story he made up on the spot does stuff.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Brings up a great point.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happens to starving?
That's what I was
died
thinking.
by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah.
She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Weird. That's...
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And... I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Fuck? You didn't get a chance to respond. Somebody's taken her away and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone.
The mirror?
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
That's all I can do.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. That's me? It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her. Hello, Miss Princess Lady.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Gift of the fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Great clarification. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I can try. Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die.
Okay. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess. What if I enter the basement without the knife? Because last time I entered with the knife, and she didn't seem to trust me all too much.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello?
Oh?
Is someone there?
Oh, Jesus. You can't just say that. You can't say that.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
We've been
Make
locked.
your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's
You think?
voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She
Oh
barely
my God.
hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
What the fuck?
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Yep.
To cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
No, we're not doing this.
What are you doing?
No, I don't want to do this. Hold on. Warn her.
Stop that.
Girly Pop, can you take the blade
As your
from me,
body
but
remains
not
frozen in
stab me?
stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Yeah.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh, is she gonna kill me?
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
But-
it is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
It won't.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I think I take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It
We're
would be
not
difficult to slay
slaying
the
the
princess
princess,
and
though.
save the world. Door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Oh, that's...
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Or can we?
Yes, my love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can
He
hear
looks
my
so much
spirit.
kinder than last time, I think.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Okay, dashing's a bit much. You know, I look fairly regular.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
You know what? I'll take it.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Make that 3. Okay. Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care for that last time. But I didn't really cut her out. She like, you know, just
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
kinky.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Oh wow, we can literally just
You
slip it
approach
off.
the
Wow.
princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
Ugh. Look at the boobs. I'm gonna cut that out of the video.
What do we do now?
Can we fuck? I just want to leave. We can figure the rest out later. Yeah.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless. As the princess takes your hand in hers, you let your blade tumble uselessly to the floor, and with it tumbles the last hope for the entire world. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
Are you really doing this again, narrator?
That's a familiar move.
Okay, let me try.
The princess tries the handle. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Your narrator is pissed.
You and the princess make your way upstairs. Her freedom and the world's ruin are just a few moments away. If you don't mind, I'm going to fix myself a drink before you ruin everything. If I'm about to see the end of the world, I'd rather not see it sober.
I fix myself a drink. I was paying attention. I should fix myself a drink. Jesus Christ.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
What was that achievement? I didn't see it.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Did we fuck up?
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
We have feathers? Oh, it's happening again. So I don't think she wants to end the world. Because this is pretty much what happened last time. We don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory
She's
returns. Science has reached forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. We need to see what's in it. That's me. You've grown?
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Chat, she loves us. She's in love.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
All right. Everything goes dark and you die. What if I just killed the princess? Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a
Oh no,
moment's
she looks so
hesitation.
scared. I don't want to do this.
You feel flesh easily
Ah.
give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Huh?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But is it over? Really over?
I don't think it's really over. Of course not. It
It's
was too easy.
over. Don't get all worked up.
I'm worked up.
What's the harm in checking for a pulse?
Check her pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. Wait, what was that?
Her heart's beating.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here.
I don't think I can.
It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
I guess.
See you around.
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever
Yeah.
that's worth.
Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die.
Chapter 2, The Razor. Okay. I think we just beeline to
You're on
kill
a
the
path
princess
in the woods.
again. I want to see what happens
And
if
at
I
the
try
end
it
of
again.
that path is a cabin. The interior of
Oh
the cabin is
my
a
God.
jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was a mirror. Now it's gone.
Here it is.
Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Yeah, she definitely has murderous intent.
As you descend
Oh.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
She definitely
Finally,
does.
somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous.
I am
All
nervous.
the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Slay the princess.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win.
She's about to stab
You
us
just have
right
to
now.
strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound
Yep,
of metal
I was right.
slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers at first, then yours.
Hee.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit.
Absolute bullshit. Oh my god.
You're going to die now.
Yeah.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that.
Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die.
Chapter 3, the arms race. Okay, this is new. We haven't gotten to chapter 3 yet.
You're on a path in the woods. No,
Am
fuck
I?
that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over
Jesus.
and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Yep.
You're what? I feel
Oh,
dizzy.
shit.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Yeah.
Good. It's better that way.
Voice of the
Without
stubborn.
a fight, no one can win, and if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is
This
time
our
number 3.
Third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it.
Oh.
Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yep. Search the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Okay.
Your body tumbles onto
Hello?
the basement floor and the form of
Okay,
the
we're
princess
getting
comes
sharper
into
and
view,
sharper here.
standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again. Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
She can't hurt us.
Yes, yes. This is the best idea anyone has ever had.
I'm full of them.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things. Pain is good. It's how we stay alive. Nah, I'm sick of pain.
Sick of it.
Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Now do your worst, but you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
We dodge.
And we fight back.
Okay.
And you fight back.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
You're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow. Yes, yes, this is exactly it. But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
No.
Gotcha.
And? Does it hurt?
No.
Voice of the Cold.
Oh, a new one of us.
A new one, yeah.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
Where the hell am I?
We died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
I'm full of good ones.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting.
Come on, show me something new.
There's no reason we can't talk this out. It doesn't work when she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpired.
Let's appeal to her better nature. We
Voice of the
haven't tried
opportunist.
that. I skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
Let's see.
Then you skewer yourself.
I skewer myself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything.
Voice of the
You're
contrarian.
tougher than I thought.
What's the point?
Voice of the broken.
same.
Skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again.
Okay.
Compliment her on those
Voice of the
gleaming
Smith. Okay.
blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Okay, so is this just every voice that we can get?
Skewers you.
You're cute.
Oh.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good voice.
Just panic. Flee.
Voice of the paranoid.
Skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working.
Okay, here's the voice of the
Think.
skeptic.
Think. Skewers you.
Okay.
And then
Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die.
Chapter 4. Mutually assured destruction. Holy shit, this is going deep.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Oh.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them?
Yeah.
Leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
We got it.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know.
We know.
Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
That would be great.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Fine,
Hello.
make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Yep.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Yep, I'm
But
here.
I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer.
okay.
I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Oh.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold, the perfect woman. We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Hey, no, you're one of the original voices. You gotta stay here. Empty your mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Wait, we're back in the original Danger Zone. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through your inaction, your body moves on its own. Princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
The weapons clash again and again. You and her entering a rhythm free thought and free of self. A rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Master yourself and vanquish a sharp foe. Do I get the mirror cutscene? You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. It's mirror. You do so? Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the grass. It's time for you to see what's in it. Is this moss here? Yeah, you've withered.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
What if I destroy my body? You raise your will to end your life. But as it bears into your space where the body you feel, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
What if I attack the entity? Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Of course it is. She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over.
It's different.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
How do I die? Because I have to
You
die
open
in
the
order
cabin
for this
door,
to...
ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
I thought I kind of get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Is it?
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Yeah?
Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea? Yeah,
I do. But you're probably not going to like it.
Do I kill myself?
Blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Anything to get out of
Thank
here.
you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Spectre.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. You reach forward and rub your hand.
Okay.
But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important enough to be acknowledged. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess
Still
comes
dead.
into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its
Why?
wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Why this one?
Okay, she's definitely dead.
She shouldn't be, though.
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought,
What the
top
shit?
of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
What's going on?
Ghost!
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to
Hi.
see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Yeah, so do I.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
And where are you supposed to be?
Home.
And just where is home, I wonder?
It's a great question.
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there. But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone. But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
What does that mean?
After all, you own me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
What are you gonna do if I help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you.
Again, not entirely against it.
It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone is dead.
Sorry, that face.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Okay, don't hit me with this. It is 9 p.m. This is literally the worst time for you to hit me with this. Okay, I do this on my own. Get her out of here.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
No problem.
See you soon.
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
No.
I'm
Why am
afraid
I
it's too
cracking?
late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have
Yeah, I'm not
to
used
get
to
out
having
of here.
boobs.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move? All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
All the what?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I
Yes.
can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm not used to boobs, and she probably has an ass.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
Okay, well, your boobs are weighing me down.
But that, against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Approach forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
W.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Open door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it. and then the door groans open.
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
No, if you pop out, that's when everything goes to shit. Well, everything's about to go to shit.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. What are we this time? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always awake makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Do you know what we'll find out there?
You have thoughts on this vessel.
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
If this is the last stage before your completion, when I'm not going back. I'm just gonna stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What just happened? Oh, right.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments,
Oh,
I never left your side.
well, that's interesting. Was it supposed to do that, or is this just like if it crashes, it does this? Oh no, wait, is this waiting? I think it was supposed to do that. I think that was waiting. I think that's what happens when you choose the wait option. That's cool, actually. I like that. Did scare me, but that's cool. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark and you die. I haven't kept her locked away, actually. That might be it. Keep her locked away.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her...
Oh wait, no, I've done this before. Okay. No, I'm going to commit to locking her in the
I
basement.
know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
Yeah.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work.
We can make this work.
Against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Are we just gonna
Isn't
stand here
long
for
before you
eternity?
start to drift off. Your
I know,
eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
I don't wanna.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
I believe in the door.
Good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
So all of that was just an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I could be innocent and harmless, if and want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
It's a great question.
Thanks for helping
Oh,
me get
hi.
out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
The quet?
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is.
Everything goes dark and you die.
And you die.
Chapter 2, Nightmare.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Wipe the mirror clean so just so we
Reach
can see
forward,
what the
rub
voice of
your hand.
grandmother
Did
had
he
to say.
make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You cross over the threshold.
Where the
onto a
hell
series
are
of
we?
isolated
What is this ending?
steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Like NSFW fun or like just like fun? I need to stop.
Okay, you make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
I'm going to find you, and you're gonna die. What if we just go back the way we came?
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Well, shit.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh, hi, ma'am.
I was going to find you.
You look like Pennywise.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go
well.
numb. Your arms quickly follow.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
You just threatened me on the stairs. Why don't you just try being nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
You are actively killing me, though.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Let's get out of here, please.
No!
Dude.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving.
Is the narrator killing me again?
I think you can just wrest control away from us. This body's barely functioning as it is.
There's a lot of
This will only
sounds.
end if we fail to stop her. Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. With a flick of the princess's wrist, The stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Look, it's the only way we can do it.
I'll be right behind you.
I feel like slaying her is not a good option.
You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
She does.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious. The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
I think the door's locked.
You just have to give it a tug.
A tug? Try the door.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to
It
your
works.
effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
What color is my shirt?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with your what color is her shirt. We don't care about the color of her shirt. In fact, we don't want a shirt on her. Anyways, let's leave the cabin. I'm scared of what happens if we don't leave the cabin.
Twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You
So your terror is loose upon the world. Huh? Oh, and there goes the narrator.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it.
You can what?
But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my
This is
skin.
confirmation that she's not the one that does this. The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground. The narrator's gone, by the way.
Why is it so cold?
She looks sad. And there she goes. You don't get the chance to respond, or whatever. It's time to leave. Memory returns. You are nothing. I'm just a bird. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and you see it, and then you see it. Figure. Faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond that of your reflection. That's just like a regular-ass bird, isn't it?
I
Are
think
you me?
know what I am.
You're the narrator? Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Then another crack forms. And another, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. This is new. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to
The
see you.
narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. Oh,
What
I'm
are you?
nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody
Echo?
made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I've met many others. Yeah, what is the princess?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
Yeah. I can't really tell if you're doing a good job. I'm not gonna slay her.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
That's deep. Am I gonna see... Okay, as final fragment of the glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. I'm the long quiet? See to the cabin. One last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. What the hell was that? Oh, hi. Oh, you're barely covering your boobs.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Hi.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Oh, there's just a lot of naked women on screen. What the fuck? What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When
Sure.
the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So,
This is the
will
one
you
I want to be.
attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Talk this through. I still have so many questions I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well.
Yeah.
If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh, hi, Nightmare.
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known.
Music is banging.
But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious.
Why'd you pull out the Nightmare?
It's in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
I won't engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
I don't want to hurt you. Oh, it's the ghost. This is one of my favorites.
As your fingers dance across your skin, I remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you absolution, and you take my hand in yours. You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
And I would sacrifice everything to free you again.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
Oh, it's this one.
This torrent of blades cuts you from boundless angles.
Hi.
You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it.
The music is like really loud over the audio, right? Like the dialogue is really quiet.
On and on it goes until your body
Luckily, there's
finds
subtitles.
lost
Yep.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
No, we were very self-destructive in that ending.
Or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were.
Hi.
Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me, and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
That feeling never left.
Then there's no need for you to fight with me. Whenever you're ready, we can move together. Hand in loving hand.
And finally, I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective. I'm ready, I want to leave with you. Stop the fight early and surrender. What about the very first run? What happened to her? I'm ready.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
Carved meaning. I can't see what that says. Free yourself. You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in your limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across the infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. What the shit? You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality, something that simply is. What happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you always have been, just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. Slay the Princess, created by Tony Howard Arias and Abby Howard.